Now, staying in the UK, there were violent scenes with members of the public fed up with the disruption and activism of Extinction Rebellion members and they ended up taking matters into their own hands. Have a look at some of this vision.
But you use all these things. I see one even right on your mobile phones. So you're using all these things that you all protest about. That's right. You're f***ing hypocrites.
It's calling the protesters, the couple you see there had super glued themselves to the train doors there, and the commuters were calling them hypocrites and a few other things. And in this video you can see a couple of the protesters on top of the train being pursued and pulled down by the irate crowd. Prue, this is what happens when the authorities don't do a decent job in arresting these fools. The public has little time for these self-indulgent antics from the activist class, and it's dangerous. You could actually have real acts of violence and people getting hurt.
Well, I think we're all at the end of our tether with these fools. You know, you're looking at that old couple who've glued themselves to the train seat and you think, you know, you should be at home with a cup of tea and scones, loves, and not worry about all this stuff. I mean, it's just absurd. And, you know, everybody has a right to their own opinion, but when you start to impact on the masses, when, you know, these people, most of them probably be on welfare, they're not going to jobs, they're not trying to earn a crust and just get on with their lives. And I just think we are at the point where it could become violent because we are all sick of it. And as you say, the authorities, because they want a leg in each camp, you know, they want the greenie vote, they want the mums, you know, sitting in St Ives with their, you know, the pearls on, the doctors' wives, of course, you know, all of these to vote for them. But then they also want to say to the Conservatives, oh, well, you know, we really don't, we only are a little bit green. You know, it's just ridiculous. So the politicians need to man up and the police need to man up.
But Rita, how daft are these protesters? They superglued themselves to an electric train. The whole of the London Underground is electric. This was a driverless train that's actually saved tons of carbon emissions since they started this electric system back in like 1987. So what they were actually doing, the protesters, were forcing people to use gas-guzzling taxis and cars to get to work. I mean, it was completely counterproductive. They're not winning anyone over to their side by inconveniencing people on their way to work or home to their families. Even Extinction Rebellion had to concede it was a massive own goal.
Well, I think, you know, you had the activist class coming in contact with regular people, and that was never going to end well.